everyone, I'm Sarah Childhood Finds, and thank you for joining me here today. If you've never joined me here before, I am a full-time reseller. I find items at thrift stores, yard sales, online auctions from families and friends, and I take those items and flip them for a profit. I have been doing it full-time for a few years and longer than that part-time. I just did some sourcing this Friday and Saturday and have a bunch of items to share with you, and that's what this is a haul video. It's just showing you all the items I picked up right after I picked them up, talking a little bit about them, maybe saying why I picked them up, how much I paid, if it was a good buy or not, because we don't always make good buys in the moment. I know that for sure. And also, I will try to put up either my listings or solds or examples of how much the item is worth up here if I'm able to find that. So I always, let me just twist you over so that I can do that. So I will put them up here just so that you always have an idea of what it's worth as well, so that it's as valuable for you as it can be, this kind of video. And what I would like to ask before we get started is if you would share with me, if you are a reseller or just a treasure hunter in general, what is your favorite item you picked up recently? Doesn't need to be the most valuable, doesn't need to be the most amazing thing. I'm going to share with you my absolute favorite of the weekend, and it's not the most valuable thing, but I love it. So let me just adjust this camera a little, go back. So this one here, so remember to put your favorite down in the comments of what you've gotten, or if you don't do that, share if you like any of the items I have. So this is a Stif, and I rarely find Stif. I love Stif, and it's something that doesn't always get picked up around me because if it doesn't have the classic button tag or an identifier, people don't exactly know what it is. But I knew this pretty much the moment I saw this, it was Stif. And it was there on the second day of an estate sale. I paid up a little bit for it, I think at $10. It'll probably go at about $35 to $40. You know, I like to have a little bit higher margins than that at times, but I just love it. Look at how beautiful it is. I love this collie dog Stif. I love finding Stif. It's not often I find nice, beautiful Stif. So there's that. This next thing, these are World of Warcraft action figures. And so there is a reseller in my area that typically does maybe one yard sale a year, and I find them delightful. It's actually a son and his mom that do it. They just get too much stuff from whatever they do for sourcing. I pay up a little bit there, but it's always fair. He's always very fair with me, and I try to rarely haggle with him because I know he is being fair and because I want to foster a good relationship. And each year he's started to remember me. He saved me a couple things that he remembered there was someone that liked antique frames, and he saved some for me. So of course I'm going to pay up a little bit for that, for someone that's taking the time to think about it and considering me. So it's just, I'm willing to pay up a little when I'm trying to foster relationships. And even then, he's very fair. It's not a lot of paying up. But I got this World of Warcraft figure. It's a Series 1, and it's Rhaegar Earth Fury. I believe this one's worth about $40, and I paid $10. And you know, of course we'd want to get those for cheaper, but those will sell well, especially with fourth quarter here. I'm going to get them listed this week. And this is Amberlash, and it's another World of Warcraft. I believe it was Series 1 as, oh no, Series 4. And I think this one sells for $40 or more as well, brand new in the box, paid $10 again, and he gave me a deal. He was asking $20 for these, but because I buy so much, he gave me a deal. So he is, you know, he is very receptive to bulk buys and working with people. So I'm always willing to pay what he is asking. Very rarely do I try to haggle him. I don't know, but I'm going to get them listed here right away. He's a little bit, it's a Dream Dolls by Dakin. It's a product of Japan, and I do love picking up vintage Dakin. I don't know what year, but I would assume 70s or 80s. And I picked up two of the same ones. So I don't know what these will be worth. I'm going to pay a few dollars for them. Probably at least 10 to 15 a piece. But I'm going to get them listed right away because of the season. These I picked up there. These are things that, you know, I wouldn't pay a ton for otherwise, but they're just Gloria Vanderbilt. That's not a brand that you need to, you know, go and search for, but it's one that if you can get it new with tags, and it's pink. They're new with tags, they're pink, they're a decent size. I paid like $1 or something for them roughly, and you know, even if I get 15 to 20 for them, I'm more than happy with that because they are new with tags and in perfect condition. These I picked up at an estate sale. These are Jingle Pals from Hallmark. You've probably seen these. There's some that can be pretty valuable, but a lot of them are going to be your 15 to 20. And the big plus when you find these is if you can press the button and they already work. So I was able to see that this worked at the sale. I paid, I think, like $2 for them. Again, guys, these don't sell for a lot, and you do need to box them. You absolutely need to box something like this for the buyer. And you know, 15 to 20, I'm happy with that. It will sell quickly with this season. Every time I find a Jingle Pals in good condition, it sells. Okay, here's a pair of shoes, because guys, I am trying to do more shoes. And I have to clean the bottom of these, but these are actually in very good condition. I think I just need to take the magic eraser to these, but these are Skechers, and they are air-cooled memory foam, and they're stretchy. They actually are my size, and it's tempting to kind of keep these, but I don't need, you know, I only have a couple pairs of shoes. I don't need more than that, but these are in really nice condition besides just needing to clean these off the white soles. That's why they look filthy. But the inside, you can barely see any wear on the logos in there. So I think these are $25 to $30 shoes, and I paid $2 for them. I'm just trying to get the things that are out from behind me. Okay. Oh, I love Folkmanis, guys. I just love it so much. Do you see this adorable little monkey? Stop it. Look at him. Oh, look at him. Oh, don't. I love Folkmanis. So this is Folkmanis. And this is Folktales Folkmanis on your tag there. He's just an adorable little monkey. I paid $1 for him. And these I picked up at the reseller's yard sale. These are fighting roosters. They're in pretty much really good condition. I would say probably 35 or so. I've sold a pair of these before, but one was not in perfect condition. So I'll have to double check them, but I think probably 35 or so for these guys. Okay, next thing we got, I got at the reseller's yard sale, I also got a bunch of Anna Lee clicking. That is my Basset Hound. Okay. So we've got a bunch of Anna Lee here. I've got some Easter ones, an angel. They have their tags. Anna Lee is not, there's some that can sell for really good money. They don't sell for a lot, but they always sell for me. And they just, I don't enjoy Anna Lee dolls. I don't like them. I don't like the style of them, but that's just personal preference. Here is a Christmas one that I will get listed right away. This looks like it could hold a bottle or something because it's movable. All of these are from the 90s, and again, this one has its tag too. This is so heavy. It is a back alarm. It's a heavy-duty backup alarm with adjustable sound levels. I don't know what this is. I don't know. This is just new old stock. It is completely sealed. It has never seen the light of day. I don't know if I will open it and check it or not, because sometimes that's a game you have to play if you want to check old items and just say new open box. So I'm not sure how I will sell it, but I think these are worth at least 35 plus. I got these plates because Halloween. I paid $5 for them. I think I can get 25 for them if I get them listed like today, and I can get them sold before Halloween. But they are very cute plates. It's a set of 4. I checked them at the Salvation Army and they were in perfect condition, so I was willing to pay the $5 for them. And then I got this at an estate sale, and I paid up again. It's $20 that I paid for it. $20 for this camera, which again is paying up for me, but I've been trying to do that more this year. And this is a Panasonic digital camera, and it is in its original box. It's not new or anything, but it's got, you know, the manual. Manual's got some writing on it and stuff. It's a big camera, like it's a big boy, but it's also got a lens in here. So there's some sort of lens that I'm gonna check. It's got the charging cables. So it's got a lot of stuff in here that made me be willing to pay up for it. Something in there, I don't know. But I checked this camera and I believe it's still sold for 40 or 50 for parts and not working. So I was willing to take a chance on it because I could sell it for basically double my money, even if it didn't work. And that's not including all the accessories that I have. So if it works, it's probably at least an $80 to $100 camera. So definitely worth a shot. So we will see what happens with this camera. That's what it looks like, because I didn't show you it very well. And I have one other camera. I might as well show you the other camera now too. And this one I got so lucky on because it did not have the charging pack, but it had the battery. And guess what? I have another Sony CyberShot listed that has the charger. So I was able to test it and I'm so happy, because that also means what I'm doing right now is I'm charging the battery fully for the buyer, because I'm not going to include a charging pack with this one, but I can at least show that it's working. They just have to buy the charging pack separately. But I think this camera is actually an $80 to $100 camera, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look it up again, but I only paid a couple dollars for this, so whatever it is, it's fine. And I was willing to, you know, gamble on it for that. But this one you have to like move it down to open up that, but it does turn on, takes pictures, flash works. So it's not in perfect condition cosmetically, but completely works. Super excited that I was able to test it, because I was thinking I was going to have to buy a charger for it, but I got lucky. I got one more little Annalie here. This is like a little black sheep, and this one's actually really cute. So I got to give Annalie this one. This one's adorable. And it has this little tag. I think this one will probably be 15 to 20, and I paid a couple bucks for it. And then I also got, with all the Annalies, I got one more Stif. And this Stif is a cute, adorable little camel. But it's in beautiful condition, has its button tag, its hang tag, has the name here. Absolutely beautiful condition. I can't imagine this being worth less than $20 or $25. I got these houses. These I don't think, you know, as many people know about as are valuable, but these are KLM houses. They gave them to you on KLM Airlines. They have alcohol in them. When you list these guys, you need to take that alcohol out. Some people don't. Some people absolutely don't, and it's not a big deal. But what I personally do, and it does not affect my sales, is I take a stab through the wax seal here. I usually use a toothpick or something, empty out all that alcohol. It smells horrible. Anytime I've done it, it smells terrible. But they that get all that alcohol out, and then in your title just put empty. And then I show a picture of the stabbed wax seal. And I have never had an issue with them, but I have seen others get taken down because they don't go to those lengths. And a way to identify these houses, you can sell them in lots. I usually sell them individually for 15 to 20. There's a number on the back. This is 24. Like this one here, I've never had this one. It's big. It's 49 on the back here. So just look at that number and type it in. They're KLM houses, and they sell really well. I've sold every single one I got very quickly. And I paid, so originally I got 5 of them for $16. So a little over 3 a piece, which is more than I wanted to pay, of course, but they're easy listers and I know that they sell well. So I was willing to pay that. I got at the resellers sale, and I was just so darn proud of this, because originally I found just this piece, this one single piece, and I'm like, oh, that's a chocolate mold. It's an antique chocolate mold. And then I went searching through a bunch of the other boxes, and I found the other half. It is missing its clips. Usually it has clips on the side, which will deter the value, but I can still sell this, I bet, at least for $15 to $20 or more. And he was excited for me. I found the matching pair, because that was so cool. I was so happy I found the pair. So the only thing it's missing are the clips that usually would come with it and close it in on the side. But this is an antique chocolate mold of a bunny. And I always sell those well when I get them. These I got in an estate sale for $5. And usually, you know, I don't look a lot at brass candlestick holders, but because of the designs, I've seen these before, these spiral ones, they are definitely a desirable style and design. So I think for this pair, I'm probably going to be looking at 25 to 30. So I was happy to pay $5 for these guys. Here we've got some jewelry. This is cufflinks, and they are genuine jade Dante. They come in their little case here. I don't know. I paid $5 for them. I think I looked them up, and I'm thinking 30 or so or more because of condition and the fact that they have the case. And those I actually picked up. So I have started in the last couple months. I have found a few resellers that there are some nice ones in this area, which has been pleasant. I talk to them now every once in a while when I see them, and it's been nice to have a few to talk to because a lot of the ones are real aggressive here, real intense and real aggressive. But I've found a few over the last few months that are actually very, very kind and pleasant. And I'm sure some of the others are, but they aren't. They're intense at sales. These people aren't too intense. So that I got from them, and what they are is they are resellers but also have an estate sale company, and I got that from them. And I also got these belt buckles from them, which are in really cool. I paid $5 each for these belt buckles, which is more than I would typically pay for an unknown belt buckle unless there was something special, which there was to me for these. And this one here, it's because of the dog breed. This here is likely an Afghan hound if they're trying to depict. You're not going to find a lot of Afghan hound merchandise out there. As you can see, I have my bloodhound stuff over here. And you don't find a lot of bloodhound stuff. So anytime I find it, I'm willing to pay for it because it's not out there very much. But you find a lot of labs, a lot of goldens. You know, you find a lot of bulldogs, a lot of that stuff out there. So when you can find the different breeds, like here, this is likely an Irish wolfhound. I can't imagine these being worth less than $30 or $40. I would guess maybe even more for some of them. This one's a lab, so this one I probably won't price as much because it is a lab. It's not that a lab is any less than the other dog breeds, it's just a more common item to find out there. And then this one here, I believe is probably a greyhound. So I know that those more breeds that are just not as common will bring some more money. It's just like I see a lot of basset hound stuff, but not a lot of bloodhound stuff. So that's just where I based it on. So I paid $5 each for those buckles, but I think it'll be worth it in the end for that. I really do. I got this at an estate sale, and it's a cloisonne jewelry box. It's beautiful. I've never found a jewelry box one, but it's very pretty. It's a very pretty jewelry box. Inside, it's got the red crushed velvet. It's in relatively good condition. It's definitely older. It's definitely an older cloisonne. So I paid $1 or $2 roughly for this, and I think probably at least 30 or 40 for it is what I would guess. Okay, and then we've got some brass. I'm thinking about doing a brass research video, or I will have already done it before this video goes, because I think brass is one of those items that there's a lot of it out there, and there's a lot of it that's not super valuable, and so people get deterred by it. But I love brass. I love picking it up, and I love selling it. So I might do a research video on brass. But look at him. He's an armadillo, and I have never seen an armadillo brass, and he is the cutest little thing in the whole freaking world. Again, if I let myself keep a lot of stuff, I would keep him. He is painfully cute. So, little brass armadillo. I paid $3 for him. Here's just a little brooch. This is by JJ. It's not a real amazing brand by any means, but it's a cat trying to get a fish, and it's painfully cute. So I picked it up, and it was like 50 cents, $1 roughly. It pretty much got thrown in with the jewelry box, but it's so cute. It really is. But JJ is not usually a brand that sells for a ton. But I think because of what it's depicting, it will sell these. So I have to stitch this one in because I realized I didn't show you the craziest find I made. So it is a bracelet, and it has all these charms. And it was in the bathroom, and I just grabbed it because it looked like it was nice quality. I really didn't look at it that hard, and I just grabbed it and added it to my pile. I paid $1 for this. When I got home, I realized it's a gold-filled bracelet that it's on, which is probably about $50, the bracelet itself. And then I realized at least 5 to 6 of these charms are marked 585. So they are gold. And I looked up some of the charms, and they are worth this one here, this one with the green enameling. I found it sold for $300 for it. I found sold for other ones for good money, like this Viking ship is gold. Here, I have suspicions that all of these are gold once I acid test them. So let me preface this by saying I did pay $1 for this. I just added it to my pile. I didn't know it was gold when I grabbed it. I just knew it was nice quality, and I wasn't looking that hard, and it was $1. I did not steal this from some little old lady. This was at a company-run estate sale. A company-run estate sale. But they didn't, I think probably they looked at the gold-filled part on the bracelet and just assumed maybe it wasn't super valuable, because they had valuable jewelry up by their counter. And I even brought it up to the counter. I said, you know, it wasn't marked. And she's like, oh yeah, I remember, that's just $1. So I did not try to run anything, like run anything by them, because I asked her, I talked to her, and she's like, oh yeah, I just didn't price it because it's only $1 yesterday when I looked at it. And it is a new company, which I think is what played in my favor. And I could tell at their most recent sale that I just went to that they're starting to price even more. So I think they're learning. But I got super lucky, and I got this away from, there's one lady in my area that resells jewelry and all sorts of stuff, and she's a nasty woman, and she like pushed people out of the way to get to the jewelry, and I found this in the bathroom. She definitely didn't get anything as good as this. So I am so incredibly grateful for this, because once I decide how I'm going to sell it, I can put it towards getting a down payment on a new car. So this is going to make all the difference for me. These I picked up for $1 at an estate sale with that Panasonic camera. And this is an antique like coin holder, like Victorian style, really cool. It's got the leather here, brass, and inside just opens up to that green lining. Super cool. This was $1. This was such a cool piece. I love finding this beautiful, just antique, different items, because I've never seen this out and about before, but I can't imagine that's worth less than $30. And then I also got this antique coin holder. It's a triple one here, as you can see. Some of these can go for really good money if they are silver. Mine, I am about 98% sure is not silver. I'm still going to test it just in case, but it's marked German silver, which means nickel silver basically, which means not silver at all. Just a collection of other alloys. But it's a pretty cool piece. I just picked this up because it looked different before I knew what it was, and I paid $1 for it just as on a whim, as I do, for knowledge. And I think it'll be worth, even though it's not the sterling silver ones go for really good money. That I imagine is probably a 40 or 50 from what my light research showed. I picked up a pair of basically brand new Kate Spade earrings. They essentially look like someone just found some glue and the glitter aisle at Michael's, but they're pretty, they're new. They were originally $38. I paid $2 for them, so even if I can get 15 to 20 for them, I would be totally happy with that. Because they also have their little baggie too. Here's a couple more belt buckles I picked up. This is Sebastian Vineyards, established in 1825. Sturdy, heavy belt buckle. Like, I could see this totally bringing down your pants, but I don't know what this will be worth. Again, $1 or $2 into it, but really sturdy one. And then another one that just has a Honda motorcycle, and it is a, let's see, oh, it just has a serial number. It's not like Bergamot or anything. The Great American Buckle Co. Okay, made in USA from 1981, but it's a Honda. It's not in perfect condition, but it's a pretty cool one. Again, I pretty much pick up any belt buckles, guys. I've done really well on belt buckles the last year or two that I am willing to gamble on them. I picked up some more Halloween decor. I paid $1.99 for this at the thrift store, which doesn't seem like it'd be worth it, but they are spooky wrought iron fence posts. And they're from Department 56. Anytime you find the Halloween Department 56 little things for the villages or Lamax, they're definitely worth checking out because I've done really well on just the little tiny pieces. I think this is worth 14 to 15 and I paid $2 and practically looks new inside. I do suggest always opening that stuff if you can, or if you can't see it, like the houses and things, always open that stuff and look because I've been burnt on those. We picked up a Target Spritz, the little birds. I don't remember, I think this one might be 2020. I paid $1 for it. I'm pretty sure it's a $10 to $15 one, so not a super valuable one, but I mean, it weighs like nothing. It's easy. It can probably go in an 864 box. Here's some more antiques here. I picked up an antique photo album, and let's see. So it's got the room, oh, I think I'm upside down. Got the room for the pictures here. It's in beautiful condition, actually. It's sad that there's no pictures in. There was at one time, you can see some writing. So there was some pictures here at one point, but empty now. But you know, these antique photo albums can definitely probably go for at least $25 to $30 depending on style and what they hold. So there's one of them, and then I got a second one as well. That's really nice. That's also got, you know, the clasp on the side with the metal hardware. And here it is. It's a big one. Oh, there's a person in there. We don't need to show a person. And this one looks like it's pretty much empty as well, besides that one I just took out. And just really cool old photo frame or photo albums that I don't know for sure the value on this one, but I rarely find these ones out in the wild. So when I find them, I'm going to pick them up. So I'll put up here maybe what they're around, what they're worth. Oh, this one I'm excited about too. This is right up there with the Collie of excitement. It might be tied. And this is actually, I'm 95% sure this is a first edition of it. And if it is a first edition, then I will do a video on how to identify a first edition of it, because I've wanted to do more of those first edition identification videos, but I just haven't found the books to do it with. You know, I just haven't found that many decent ones out this year. So this one's in pretty good condition. It's got the covering on it. The dust jacket's beautiful. I mean, for what I usually see for these kind of books, dust jacket is beautiful. It has the price code in there. I believe the other first edition point for this is that it says what it does. It's first published in 1986 and doesn't say anything else about printings, but I'll do a video if it's a first. I'm about 95% sure. It's just the early Stephen Kings can be kind of hard because there's different points for different books. It's not just a first edition, first printing like other books where it has the printing line number and it says first edition. Not that easy. Not that easy. That's why I do those first edition videos, because it's not as simple as just checking it out in the beginning. It's not as simple as just opening the flap and knowing. But I'm excited about this. He gave that to me for a very fair price, probably $5-ish. Things here. This I just picked up because of quality, and I don't know what it is. It's okay to open that way. It is, I'm pretty sure it's copper because of the tone. I think it's copper. I really don't think brass. And it's a box. I don't know, guys. I don't know what this is or what it goes to, but it's a beautiful quality with beautiful detailing on it. It's in nice condition. It's definitely older. I just had a hunch that I needed to pick this up, so I picked it up. Here is a book that I have sold many times before. Typically, the prices are all over when you look this book up, but I've almost always sold every copy I've gotten in nice condition for $13 to $15. This one's sealed. So this is the Children's Bible. It was originally $5.95, and this one's sealed. And I imagine I'll probably get 15 to 20 then for this because of the condition. But it's always one I pick up if I can get it for $1 or $2 or less. you know, it's just one of those books I get. I'm not getting rich off of it. I think this might be my last item over here. Move Annalie. It's a pair of shoes. They are Kizik. I don't know that brand, but they're in the box. They look like they have not really been touched or worn or ever seen the light of day. I did twist test them though. I think these are $25 to $30 shoes. I do believe I checked them just to make sure because shoes. And last look, I think that is everything surrounding me as I feel behind me. So that's everything I have to share with you. That was a longer haul video, but hopefully you found and saw some cool items. Remember to share with me your favorite item that you have found in the last week or two. And as always, guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.